Marcus Aurelius once said, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action, I shall gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone. The harm is to persist in one's own self-deception and ignorance." The wise man, the Stoic, knows he can't change what's beyond his control, but he can change his own mind. He seeks the truth, aiming to live in harmony with the truth. And thus, to change your beliefs from 10 years ago, that's growth. To be persuaded by someone else's argument isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of an open mind. It shows that you've mastered yourself rather than being mastered by yourself. Lesson 1. The clarity of mind, unlocking the secret power of wisdom. Do you sometimes feel overwhelmed by the noise and chaos of modern life? The Stoics understood this feeling all too well and taught that clarity of mind is the antidote. They believed that wisdom allows us to filter out distractions and center our thoughts on what is within our control. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This statement underscores the Stoic belief that clarity comes from focusing inward, not being swayed by external circumstances. In our pursuit of clarity, the Stoics encourage us to examine our perceptions. How often do we mistake our subjective interpretations for reality? The Stoics taught that by questioning our assumptions, we can achieve a clearer understanding of the world. Epictetus advised, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that events themselves are neutral. It is our judgments about them that cause distress or joy. By refining our perceptions, we gain control over our emotional responses. Have you considered how your desires might cloud your clarity? The Stoics warned against being enslaved by insatiable wants. Seneca observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." By recognizing and tempering our desires, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Clarity arises when we appreciate what we have instead of fixating on what we lack. This shift in mindset allows us to live contentedly in the present moment. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of living in accordance with nature. But what does that mean for us today? It involves understanding the natural order of life and our place within it. The Stoics would ask, are you resisting the natural flow of events, or are you accepting them with grace? By aligning ourselves with the inherent rhythms of life, we reduce internal conflict and see things more clearly. Acceptance, therefore, becomes a pillar of wisdom and clarity. To harness the secret power of wisdom through clarity, consider incorporating a daily mindfulness practice into your routine. Set aside 10 minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on your breath. As thoughts arise, observe them without judgment and let them pass like clouds in the sky. This practice trains your mind to remain present and diminishes the influence of distracting thoughts. Over time, mindfulness enhances your ability to see situations objectively, a skill the Stoics valued greatly. The Stoics believed that self-reflection is essential for clarity. Have you taken the time to reflect on your values and actions lately? By regularly assessing whether your actions align with your principles, you ensure that you are living authentically. Marcus Aurelius practiced writing in a personal journal to cultivate this self-awareness. Through introspection, we can identify areas where we may be deceiving ourselves and make the necessary adjustments to live more wisely. In embracing clarity, the Stoics also taught us to be wary of the company we keep. Are the people around you contributing to your growth or clouding your judgment? Epictetus cautioned against allowing others' negativity to infect our own mindset. Surrounding ourselves with those who inspire and challenge us promotes a clearer perspective on life. It empowers us to make decisions that reflect our true selves, rather than succumbing to external pressures. Reflect on how adopting a Stoic approach could transform your life. What steps will you take today to see the world more clearly? Remember, the Stoics have provided timeless tools to cut through the fog of confusion. By applying these principles, you not only enhance your own life but also illuminate the path for others. Will you embrace the clarity that wisdom offers and unlock your true potential? Lesson 2. The strength of acceptance, harnessing the secret power of wisdom. Have you ever thought about how much energy we waste resisting things we cannot change? Imagine the freedom you'd feel by embracing acceptance, turning obstacles into opportunities. This is another secret power of wisdom that the Stoics deeply valued. The Stoics taught that acceptance is not about resignation, but about understanding the nature of reality and working harmoniously with it. By practicing acceptance, we tap into a profound strength that allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace. Do you find yourself battling circumstances beyond your control? The Stoics believed that wisdom lies in distinguishing between what we can and cannot change. Epictetus stated, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." By accepting what we cannot alter, we conserve our energy for what we can influence, our thoughts, actions, and reactions. Have you considered how resistance to reality might be causing you stress? The Stoics taught that fighting against the natural flow of events leads to unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Accept the things to which fate binds you." This doesn't mean we shouldn't strive for change, but rather that we should do so wisely, without denying the present moment. Acceptance opens the door to inner peace. Are you aware of how acceptance can transform adversity into growth? The Stoics saw every challenge as a chance to practice virtues like patience and resilience. Marcus Aurelius noted, "A good person dyes events with his own color, turns whatever happens to his own benefit." By embracing difficulties, we turn potential setbacks into stepping stones toward personal development. To utilize the power of acceptance, try the circle of control exercise. Draw 2 circles on a piece of paper, one inside the other. In the inner circle, write down things you can control, your actions, thoughts, and responses. In the outer circle, list things you cannot control, other people's actions, the past, the weather. Reflect on these circles daily to remind yourself where to focus your energy. This practice, rooted in Stoic wisdom, helps reduce anxiety and enhances decision-making. Have you ever noticed how accepting others can improve your relationships? The Stoics encouraged compassion and understanding, recognizing that everyone is flawed. By accepting people as they are, we foster healthier connections and reduce interpersonal conflicts. This acceptance doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior, but approaching situations with empathy. Do you struggle with self-acceptance? The Stoics taught that acknowledging our imperfections is a step toward self-improvement. Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." By accepting ourselves wholly, we lay the groundwork for genuine growth and happiness. Reflect on areas in your life where resistance prevails. What would happen if you chose acceptance instead? The Stoics offer us timeless tools to harness wisdom through acceptance. By embracing this principle, we unlock a secret power that leads to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Will you seize this opportunity to transform your perspective and, in turn, your world? Lesson 3. The freedom of self-control. Unlocking the secret power of wisdom. Have you ever felt trapped by your own desires, constantly chasing after the next big thing yet never feeling truly satisfied? What if the secret power of wisdom could liberate you from this endless cycle? The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from mastering our desires and finding contentment within ourselves. They taught that by cultivating self-control, we unlock a profound inner strength that leads to lasting happiness. Do you often find yourself yearning for more, despite already having enough? The Stoics observed that unchecked desires can lead to a life of perpetual dissatisfaction. Seneca wisely noted, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." The Stoics encourage us to reflect on our desires and recognize that they can become chains that bind us, preventing us from experiencing true freedom. Have you considered how practicing self-control can enhance your life? The Stoics taught that self-control is not about deprivation, but about empowerment. By governing our impulses, we regain command over our actions and decisions. Epictetus advised, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This means that real liberty comes from within, not from external circumstances or possessions. Are you aware of how societal pressures can influence your desires? The Stoics understood that the environment and people around us can shape our wants, often leading us away from our true values. They would ask, "Are you pursuing goals that genuinely fulfill you, or are you chasing what others deem important?" By exercising self-control, we align our actions with our authentic selves, leading to a more meaningful life. To harness the power of self-control, start a desire journal. For 1 week, note down every time you feel a strong desire for something, whether it's a new gadget, a fancy meal, or social approval. Write what triggered the desire and how it made you feel. At the end of the week, review your entries to identify patterns. This practice brings awareness to your desires, allowing you to assess which ones truly matter and which are fleeting impulses. By understanding your desires, you can exercise better control over them, just as the Stoics advocated. Have you thought about how self-control affects your relationships? The Stoics believed that by managing our desires and reactions, we improve our interactions with others. When we're not driven by impulse, we're more patient, understanding, and compassionate. This fosters deeper connections and reduces conflicts, enhancing the quality of our relationships. Do you struggle with habits that don't serve you? The Stoics taught that self-control is key to overcoming negative habits and establishing positive ones. By consciously choosing our actions, we break free from automatic behaviors that hinder our growth. This deliberate approach empowers us to create the life we desire. Reflect on areas in your life where desires may be controlling you. What steps can you take to become the master of your own actions? The Stoics offer timeless wisdom that, when applied, can liberate us from the shackles of unchecked desires. Will you embrace self-control and unlock this secret power of wisdom to attain true freedom and fulfillment? Lesson 4. The Serenity of Detachment. Finding peace through the secret power of wisdom. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the constant stream of thoughts and emotions that flood your mind? What if you could find peace amidst the chaos by embracing a new perspective? The Stoics believe that detachment is a secret power of wisdom that allows us to experience serenity regardless of external circumstances. By practicing detachment, we can navigate life's ups and downs with a calm and steady mind. Do you sometimes wonder how much of your distress comes from clinging to things beyond your control? The Stoics taught that by detaching ourselves from external outcomes, we free our minds from unnecessary suffering. Epictetus wisely stated, "Men are disturbed not by things but by the view which they take of them." This means that our attachments to specific results often lead to disappointment and anxiety. By letting go, we allow ourselves to experience true peace. Have you considered how attachment to material possessions affects your well-being? The Stoics observed that the more we own, the more we have to lose, which can create fear and stress. Epictetus noted, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." By detaching from the desire for more, we cultivate contentment with what we have. This shift in focus from accumulation to appreciation enhances our overall happiness. Are you aware of how emotional attachments can cloud your judgment? The Stoics believed that excessive attachment to people or outcomes can lead to irrational decisions. Receive without pride, let go without attachment. By maintaining a balanced perspective, we can form healthier relationships and make wiser choices. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means engaging with the world without becoming ensnared by it. To harness the serenity of detachment, practice mindful observation. Choose a routine activity, like drinking your morning coffee or commuting to work, and observe it without judgment or emotional involvement. Notice the sights, sounds, and sensations without labeling them as good or bad. This exercise trains your mind to experience moments fully without attachment. Over time, you'll find it easier to apply this detachment to more significant aspects of life, just as the Stoics recommended. Have you thought about how detachment can improve your resilience to life's challenges? The Stoics taught that by accepting the impermanent nature of all things, we become less shaken by change or loss. Epictetus suggested, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves." By finding stability within, we become less dependent on external factors for our happiness. Do you struggle with letting go of past mistakes or future worries? The Stoics emphasized living in the present moment. By detaching from regrets about the past and anxieties about the future, we can focus our energy on what we can do now. This present-mindedness enhances our effectiveness and reduces stress, leading to a more peaceful existence. Reflect on areas in your life where attachment may be causing tension. What would happen if you chose to let go? The Stoics offer timeless wisdom on finding peace through detachment. By embracing this secret power, we can navigate life's complexities with grace and tranquility. Will you take the step today to practice detachment and discover the serenity that wisdom brings? Lesson 5. The resilience of inner strength. Building your fortress with the secret power of wisdom. Have you ever questioned how much influence your environment has on your thoughts and actions? What if the secret power of wisdom could help you cultivate resilience against negative influences and empower you to shape your own destiny? The Stoics believed that inner strength comes from mastering our perceptions and choosing our responses, regardless of external circumstances. By building an inner fortress, we tap into a profound power that enables us to remain steadfast amidst life's storms. Do you sometimes feel swayed by the opinions and actions of others? The Stoics taught that true strength comes from within, and that we should not allow external factors to dictate our state of mind. Marcus Aurelius introduced the concept of the inner citadel, a metaphorical fortress within ourselves where we can find refuge and strength. Have you considered how your reactions to challenges shape your experience? The Stoics believed that while we cannot control events, we can control how we perceive and respond to them. By strengthening our inner selves, we enhance our ability to navigate difficulties with composure and wisdom. Are you aware of the role self-awareness plays in building inner strength? The Stoics emphasize the importance of understanding our own thoughts, emotions, and motivations. The insights of Socrates tell us, "He who knows himself is truly happy." By engaging in regular self-reflection, we gain insight into our patterns and can make conscious choices that align with our values. This self-knowledge fortifies our inner citadel, making it less susceptible to external assaults. To harness the resilience of inner strength, incorporate a daily self-reflection practice into your routine. Set aside 15 minutes each evening to review your day. Ask yourself, what events triggered strong emotional responses today? How did I react to these events? Did my reactions align with my core values? What could I have done differently to demonstrate greater wisdom or self-control? Write down your reflections in a journal. Over time, this practice enhances self-awareness and helps you build a stronger inner fortress, as the Stoics recommended. Have you thought about how cultivating virtues contributes to inner strength? The Stoics identified wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance as cardinal virtues. By striving to embody these qualities, we reinforce our inner citadel. For example, practicing courage enables us to face fears confidently, while temperance helps us maintain balance and self-control. These virtues act as pillars supporting the resilience of our inner selves. Do you struggle with negative influences from others? The Stoics taught that we should be cautious about the company we keep, as others can impact our thoughts and behaviors. Other people's views and troubles can be contagious. Don't sabotage yourself by unwittingly adopting negative, unproductive attitudes through your associations with others. By surrounding ourselves with positive influences and setting healthy boundaries, we protect our inner fortress from being compromised. Are you conscious of the impact of societal pressures on your sense of self? The Stoics believed that societal expectations often distract us from our true purpose. Marcus Aurelius urged, "Do not waste the remainder of your life in thoughts about others, for you lose the opportunity of living according to your own guiding principle." By focusing on our own values and goals, we strengthen our inner citadel against the tides of external demands. As we conclude this lesson on the resilience of inner strength, reflect on how you can fortify your own inner fortress. What steps will you take today to build resilience against external influences? The Stoics offer timeless wisdom on cultivating inner strength through self-awareness, virtuous living, and mindful associations. By embracing this secret power of wisdom, you empower yourself to stand firm amidst life's challenges. Will you commit to building your inner citadel and unlocking the resilience that lies within? Lesson 6. The transformation of gratitude, harnessing the secret power of wisdom. Have you ever stopped to consider how expressing gratitude could profoundly change your life? What if the secret power of wisdom lies in appreciating what we have rather than lamenting what we lack? The Stoics believed that gratitude is a cornerstone of wisdom, enabling us to find contentment and joy in every circumstance. By embracing gratitude, we unlock a powerful force that can transform our perspective and enrich our daily experiences. Do you often focus on what's missing in your life instead of what you already possess? The Stoics taught that shifting our attention to the blessings we have can lead to true happiness. Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart. By cultivating gratitude, we align ourselves with the secret power of wisdom, finding satisfaction not in external gains, but in internal appreciation. This shift in mindset allows us to experience joy irrespective of our circumstances. Have you considered how gratitude affects your perception of challenges? The Stoics believed that every obstacle carries within it an opportunity for growth. By being grateful even for difficulties, we transform them into lessons that contribute to our personal development. Gratitude turns setbacks into stepping stones, enabling us to navigate life's hurdles with a wiser, more positive outlook. Are you aware of how gratitude can enhance your relationships? The Stoics emphasized the importance of acknowledging the good in others and expressing appreciation. He who is grateful does not grumble or complain. By focusing on the positive attributes of those around us, we foster stronger connections and reduce conflicts. Gratitude encourages us to recognize the contributions of others, strengthening bonds and promoting harmony. Have you thought about the impact of gratitude on your mental well-being? The Stoics understood that a grateful mind is less susceptible to negative emotions like envy and resentment. By appreciating what we have, we reduce the desire for more and alleviate the stress associated with constant striving. Gratitude fosters contentment, which is a key aspect of the secret power of wisdom. To harness the transformative power of gratitude, begin a daily gratitude journal. Each evening, write down 3 things you are grateful for that day. They can be as simple as a warm cup of coffee or a kind word from a colleague. Reflect on why you are grateful for these things and how they positively affected your day. This practice, rooted in Stoic wisdom, trains your mind to focus on the positive aspects of life. Over time, you'll notice an increase in happiness and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Do you realize how gratitude can shift your focus from external validation to internal satisfaction? The Stoics taught that true contentment comes from within. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." By appreciating what we have rather than seeking approval or possessions, we find peace and joy in the present moment. Gratitude helps us break free from the cycle of wanting and into a state of being. Have you ever noticed how gratitude influences your resilience? The Stoics believed that a grateful heart is more robust in the face of adversity. Epictetus encouraged, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Gratitude equips us with a positive mindset that can withstand life's challenges. It allows us to remain hopeful and optimistic, drawing strength from the good that exists even during tough times. Reflect on how embracing this Stoic principle could alter your life. What steps will you take today to cultivate a grateful heart? The Stoics offer timeless wisdom that highlights the profound impact of gratitude on our well-being and relationships. By tapping into this secret power of wisdom, we can transform our perspective and ultimately, our lives. Will you choose to see the abundance around you and let gratitude guide your journey toward greater happiness and fulfillment? Lesson 7. The gift of presence. Embracing the moment through the secret power of wisdom. Have you ever caught yourself so consumed by worries about the future or regrets about the past that you miss what's happening right now? What if the secret power of wisdom could help you fully embrace the present moment, enriching your life in ways you never imagined? The Stoics believed that living in the present is essential for a fulfilling life. By focusing on the here and now, we tap into a profound wisdom that allows us to experience life more deeply and authentically. Do you often find your mind wandering during important moments, like a family dinner, or a conversation with a friend? The Stoics taught that being present is a cornerstone of wisdom and happiness. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Confine yourself to the present." By anchoring ourselves in the current moment, we become more attentive and engaged, enhancing our relationships and experiences. This shift in focus helps us appreciate the richness of life that's unfolding right before our eyes. Have you considered how much joy you might be missing by dwelling on the past or worrying about the future? The Stoics understood that we cannot change the past or control the future, but we can influence how we experience the present. The future is nothing. The past is nothing. The present is all that matters. By letting go of what's beyond our control, we free ourselves to fully participate in the now, where life actually happens. Imagine you're at a concert of your favorite band, but instead of enjoying the music, you're preoccupied with capturing the perfect photo for social media. You leave the concert with pictures but no real memories of the experience. This modern dilemma illustrates how being absent from the present can rob us of joy. Have you thought about moments in your life where you were physically present but mentally elsewhere? By embracing the wisdom of presence, we ensure that we truly live each moment. Are you aware of how technology can pull us away from the present? Smartphones and constant notifications often distract us from what's happening around us. The Stoics, of course, didn't deal with smartphones, but they warned against distractions that prevent us from living fully. Seneca observed, "They lose the day in expectation of the night, and the night in fear of the dawn." By setting boundaries with technology, we can reclaim our attention and invest it in the present moment. To harness the gift of presence, try incorporating mindful breathing into your daily routine. Set aside 5 minutes each day to focus solely on your breath. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale through your mouth for a count of 4. As you breathe, pay attention to the sensation of air entering and leaving your body. This simple practice centers you in the present and can be done anytime, anywhere. Over time, it enhances your ability to remain mindful throughout the day, just as the Stoics encouraged. Have you ever noticed how children seem to experience the world with wonder and curiosity? They are fully immersed in the present, unburdened by past regrets or future anxieties. By adopting a similar mindset, we can rediscover joy in simple things: a blooming flower, a shared laugh, a beautiful sunset. The Stoics believed that wisdom involves appreciating life's simple pleasures, which are often found in the present moment. Consider the story of a professional who, after years of relentless career pursuit, realizes they've missed out on precious family moments. They decide to make a change, prioritizing time with loved ones and being fully present during that time. This shift not only strengthens their relationships but also brings a newfound sense of fulfillment. How might embracing the present improve your own life and relationships? Do you struggle with anxiety about the future? The Stoics taught that many of our fears are unfounded projections. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." By trusting in our ability to handle future challenges and focusing on today, we reduce anxiety and increase our effectiveness. Living in the present empowers us to make the most of our current opportunities. Reflect on how embracing the moment could transform your life. What steps can you take today to become more present? The Stoics offer timeless wisdom that highlights the importance of living in the now. By tapping into this secret power of wisdom, we enrich our experiences, deepen our connections, and find greater satisfaction in everyday life. Will you choose to be present and fully embrace the moments that make up your life's journey? Lesson 8. The empowerment of empathy. Connecting through the secret power of wisdom. Have you ever noticed how life's most profound moments often happen when we truly connect with others? What if the secret power of wisdom lies in empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another? The Stoics believed that cultivating empathy enriches our relationships and deepens our understanding of the human experience. By embracing empathy, we unlock a wisdom that not only transforms our lives, but also positively impacts those around us. Do you sometimes feel isolated despite being surrounded by people? The Stoics taught that recognizing our shared humanity bridges the gaps between us. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "We were born to work together like feet, hands, and eyes." This means that by understanding others' perspectives, we foster unity and cooperation. Empathy allows us to see beyond ourselves and connect on a deeper level. Imagine you're at a cafe, and the barista seems unusually curt. Instead of reacting with irritation, you consider that they might be having a tough day. This small act of empathy can shift your mood and perhaps even brighten theirs. Have you thought about how such simple shifts in perspective can create ripple effects of kindness? Have you considered how empathy can enhance your problem-solving skills? The Stoics believed that by understanding others' viewpoints, we gain insights that might otherwise elude us. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Understand that your fellow citizens are just like you." In a modern workplace, this might mean collaborating more effectively with colleagues by appreciating their challenges and strengths. To harness the empowerment of empathy, try the empathy walk exercise. Spend time in a public place observing people, respectfully and without judgment. Pick someone and imagine what their life might be like, their joys, struggles, dreams. This practice enhances your ability to empathize with others, just as the Stoics encouraged. Do you struggle with conflicts in your relationships? The Stoics taught that empathy can dissolve tensions. By actively listening and validating others' feelings, we create space for understanding and healing. Epictetus suggested, "First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." Applying this wisdom can transform how we communicate. Consider a community coming together after a local crisis, supporting one another regardless of differences. This collective empathy strengthens bonds and fosters resilience. How might you contribute to building such connections in your own circles? Reflect on how embracing this Stoic principle could enrich your life. What steps can you take today to understand others more deeply? By tapping into this secret power of wisdom, we open ourselves to more meaningful relationships and a more compassionate world. Will you choose to walk the path of empathy and unlock its transformative potential? Lesson 9. The transformation of mindset, shaping your reality through the secret power of wisdom. Have you ever felt stuck in a cycle of negative thoughts, wondering why certain patterns keep repeating in your life? What if the secret power of wisdom could help you break free by changing the way you perceive and think? The Stoics believed that our thoughts shape our reality, and by cultivating a positive and rational mindset, we can transform our lives. By embracing the power of mindset, we unlock a wisdom that empowers us to create the life we desire. Do you sometimes catch yourself thinking, "I always mess things up," or "Nothing ever goes right for me"? The Stoics taught that such negative thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies. Epictetus wisely noted, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems." This means that our perceptions and thoughts have a profound impact on our experiences. By transforming our mindset, we can change how we interact with the world. Imagine you're preparing for a job interview, but you're convinced you'll fail. This mindset affects your confidence and performance, making failure more likely. Now consider approaching the interview with the belief that it's an opportunity to learn and showcase your skills. This positive mindset boosts your confidence and increases your chances of success. Have you thought about how changing your thoughts could change your outcomes? Have you considered how a growth mindset can open new doors? The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and actions. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By adopting a mindset that embraces challenges as opportunities for growth, we become more resilient and adaptable. This shift enables us to learn from experiences rather than be defeated by them. Are you aware of how comparisons can sabotage your mindset? In today's social media age, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. The Stoics warned against this. You are your own standard. By focusing on our own progress and values, we cultivate a healthier mindset that fosters self-improvement rather than envy. To harness the transformation of mindset, start a mindset journal. Each day, write down a negative thought that crosses your mind. Then, challenge it by writing a positive or rational counter thought. For example, negative thought, "I'll never be good at this." Counterthought: everyone starts somewhere, and with practice, I can improve. This exercise trains you to recognize and reframe negative thoughts just as the Stoics recommended. Do you struggle with setbacks and failures? The Stoics taught that setbacks are not the end but a part of the journey. Epictetus encouraged, "It's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters." By viewing failures as feedback, we adjust our approach and continue moving forward. This resilient mindset turns obstacles into stepping stones. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who famously said about his many attempts to create the light bulb, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset exemplifies the Stoic principle of perseverance through positive thinking. How might adopting a similar attitude impact your pursuits? Have you ever noticed how gratitude can shift your mindset? The Stoics believed that appreciating what we have enhances our outlook on life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess." By focusing on gratitude, we fill our minds with positive thoughts, which in turn attract more positivity into our lives. Reflect on how your thoughts shape your reality. What steps can you take today to cultivate a more positive and empowering mindset? The Stoics offer timeless wisdom on the power of our thoughts and perceptions. By embracing this secret power of wisdom, we can transform our lives from the inside out. Will you choose to harness the power of your mindset and create the reality you desire? Lesson 10. The Strength of Adaptability, Embracing Change Through the Secret Power of Wisdom. Have you ever felt overwhelmed when life throws unexpected changes your way, wishing you could navigate them more smoothly? What if the secret power of wisdom lies in adaptability, the ability to embrace change rather than resist it? The Stoics believed that adaptability is a cornerstone of wisdom, enabling us to flow with life's currents instead of fighting against them. By cultivating adaptability, we unlock a powerful tool that helps us thrive amidst uncertainty. Do you sometimes find yourself clinging to old habits or routines, even when they no longer serve you? The Stoics taught that the only constant in life is change, and resisting it leads to unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius observed, "Time is like a river of passing events, and strong is its current. No sooner is a thing brought to sight than it is swept by and another takes its place." By accepting the transient nature of life, we become more adaptable and open to new possibilities. Imagine you're working at a company that's undergoing major restructuring. Instead of fearing the changes, you see it as an opportunity to learn new skills or perhaps pursue a different career path you've been considering. This modern example shows how adaptability can turn potential setbacks into stepping stones for growth. Have you thought about how embracing change could open new doors in your own life? Have you considered how adaptability affects your resilience? The Stoics believed that those who can adjust to new circumstances are better equipped to handle life's challenges. Epictetus advised, "A wise man adapts himself to circumstances, as water shapes itself to the vessel that contains it." By being flexible, we strengthen our ability to cope with adversity. Are you aware of how rigid expectations can lead to disappointment? The Stoics taught that holding on to fixed ideas of how things should be can cause unnecessary distress. Epictetus remarked, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen, and you will go on well." By adapting our expectations, we align ourselves with reality and find peace. Consider the technology around us, how quickly it evolves and changes. Those who resist new technologies may find themselves left behind, while those who adapt stay connected and informed. In the same way, adapting to social changes, workplace dynamics, or personal relationships keeps us engaged and relevant. Have you noticed areas where adapting could enhance your life? To harness the strength of adaptability, conduct an adaptability audit. Make a list of areas in your life where change is occurring or needed. For each area, write down any resistance you feel and why. Then, brainstorm ways you could adapt positively to these changes. Perhaps you could take a course to learn new skills, adjust your routine to include healthy habits, or approach a relationship with a fresh perspective. This exercise helps you become proactive in embracing change, embodying the Stoic approach. Do you struggle with unexpected events disrupting your plans? The Stoics believed in preparing mentally for life's uncertainties. Marcus Aurelius suggested practicing premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, envisioning possible challenges so you're not caught off guard. By anticipating change, you reduce its impact and enhance your adaptability. Think about athletes who adjust their strategies mid-game in response to their opponents. Their success often hinges on their ability to adapt quickly. Similarly, in our personal and professional lives, adaptability can be the difference between floundering and flourishing. How might you improve your adaptability to navigate life's twists and turns more effectively? Reflect on how embracing change can transform your journey. What steps will you take today to become more adaptable? The Stoics offer timeless wisdom on accepting and flowing with life's inevitable changes. By tapping into this secret power of wisdom, you empower yourself to face the future with confidence and grace. Will you choose to embrace adaptability and unlock the limitless potential it brings?